And Motion Fam was good. We back with another video. Alright, so if you had seen my video from about a week ago, I had recently just bought the Brooks Glycerin Max 2. They came in this box. I got the all white. They got like the little black, I guess, Brooks logo or whatever. I'm not really too hip to running shoes. These are my very first running shoes ever. I had went to Fleet Feet to get my feet checked and just to see like what shoes I should get, whatever. And I think everybody should go and do that. I don't know how accurate it is. And one of the reasons I say that is because as I've been running in these, I noticed there's a lot of support in the back of my feet or whatever, so I don't really feel much. And they're definitely a lot springier than the last shoes I had. They're some Vomeros, so not the worst, but they're probably more made for walking or something. I'm not gonna lie. But I was having some issues with the old shoes or whatever. Like my hip was starting to hurt a little bit. My knees was starting to get a little bit more pain. I was starting to feel pain in like my right above my ankle area. Like I was just starting to like see pain or whatever. And I knew it was probably coming from the shoes not being the greatest. They were starting to talk a little bit and everything. And I was trying to get better at running. Feel me? So we copped these, right? And I think they served their job actually amazingly. Especially as my first running shoes, I cannot really complain at all about them. If we go into our first run. Alright, so today is the first day of wearing these Jones. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see what they talking about. We gonna see what they talking about. And so yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know how it feels. You feel me? If I PR, that's what I'm hoping for. Which is I don't know if that's a reasonable expectation or not with getting my first like real running shoes. We're gonna get straight into it. You feel me? I'm gonna let y'all know how my run is today. I don't know how many runs we're gonna do throughout this week. Probably about 3 to 4 ish, give or take. But let's get straight into it. After this, I gotta go work out and lift. So I don't want to do too much. But hopefully this don't hurt my knees. Yeah, hopefully my knees don't hurt after this. Whatever, I didn't get many clips from my first 2 runs, but my first run, we ran a 2.71 miles at a 9.25 pace. And that was my fastest 2 miles I had ever ran to that date. Alright. So immediately, first day I ever wore these, not even full, they're still not fully broken in yet. Because from my research, they say about 100 miles to break these in all the way. So they weren't fully broken in yet. And we PR'd. It was crazy, honestly. And I don't know if it was y'all could tell me if y'all think it's the shoes or I just always been able to have the ability. What I think, honestly, is that now that I've probably been running consistently for give or take 2-ish months, I'm starting to understand pace a little bit better and how it works. Like, just because you go fast at the beginning, you're going to slow down at some point, and the walking is worse than slow jogging the whole time. Stuff like that, I'm starting to realize that. So I'm able to pace myself out a lot better. But even with that being said, like, I don't think I prior would have ran a little over 2.5 miles for a 9-minute pace. You know what I mean? That's not bad at all. It's not bad. And yeah, I would definitely say that these contributed to that. They took a lot of pressure off my knees. I don't really have knee pain anymore, I can't lie. Like, even my jumper's knee, sometimes I'll have to put ice on it maybe once or twice a week. But I'm talking about before these shoes, I had pain every single time I ran. I woke up with pain, everything. Like, I don't have that issue. If I don't run for a day or two, I don't have pain. Like, it's not a lingering thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to contribute that to these. I did notice while I was running that I have like, I don't want to put my feet in the camera, but I get a little bit of pain right through here or whatever, right? Like of my foot, like the inside of my foot. I have a little bit of pain right there. And I don't know if that's because I need insoles, because they did say I need insoles. I have pretty flat feet. That would help me a lot more. And it would probably give me a lot more cushion as I run. And a little bit more like bounce, like a, I don't know. I think they said that it has like a carbon plate. I'm new to running shoes. I think it's called a carbon plate or something like that. But it's basically the reason like if I was to let these go, like it's like springy. You know what I mean? It's hard to push it down. They're a little bit more springy than normal shoes or whatever when you in the front of them. And the insoles I was gonna get had the same thing in them. So I you know what I mean? That would have probably also helped a little bit with all that type of stuff. I probably would have been a little bit faster. We'll get them at some point. You know what I mean? But yeah, just based off of my first run, it was honestly really good. I had no complaints, and it made me very excited. Going into my second run, all right, we're a mile and a half into my second run. I'm gonna put my first one in here now, and then I'm gonna drop my second one at the end. I forgot, my fault. I'm tired. I'm gonna get back to you after. I ran in a whole different. This is my first time ever running in this area. It was near my house. We ran for about 2.5 miles. We ran an 8:58 pace, so even faster this time. And it's a way more hilly area, so I don't know how much that I feel like running up hills is tiring in itself. You know what I'm saying? So I have to give myself a pat on the back. Like, I didn't have to, like, all these runs I've never had to stop. Like, prior to getting these shoes, I've had to like take breaks when I'm running. Like, I'll run, and like it'll either be so much pain. Yeah, that's what I would say. Because at first it used to be I was tired. Then I got to a point I wasn't even tired anymore. But I would just feel so much like discomfort when running that I couldn't keep going. Once I got these shoes, that went away. And I think this one was like the first realization of that one. I remember, and it was a lot of hills and stuff, but I was able to keep going, like going up the hills, going down the hills. It didn't hurt too much. I had flat areas. Like I really got to test out every terrain. Or not terrain, but every like y'all know what I'm trying to say, like up, down, straight. Like I tested it all out that day, and honestly it passed the test very well. I will say I do think there is lighter shoes for running or whatever, but all running shoes seems like they're pretty light in general. I played basketball my whole life, so these compared to most of the basketball shoes I've ever wore are extremely light. These I can't even lie, like, yeah, you know what I mean. So if you are new to running, of course speed is gonna go up with the lighter your shoes are, stuff like that. I don't know how much that changes discomfort, but honestly I have no complaints about the weight of them. As of right now, I know, of course, as I continue to get better at running and get more experience, I'll probably want some lighter shoes. But as an everyday shoe, I don't feel like it mattered that much, because I was looking for more for comfort and to relieve like pain. And I feel like it again did that with allowing me to run the entire time, no issues. So yeah, going into day 3. As you saw, I ran 3.27 miles at a 10-minute and 7-second pace, which was my fastest 5K. And prior to this, I think like I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm running really fast. I definitely think I can probably run that at a non-something minute pace and be fine. Honestly, that day was a day I was just like, all right, let's go on a more chill, like see how it feels if I'm going at a slower pace where I could just run and basically talk for the most part. Like I wasn't really having to. I was playing music. I was able to like sing while I was playing, stuff like that. Y'all see it in the clips a little bit. But yeah, it was just more of like it was a chill run. I think my second run was a day where I pushed a little bit towards the end. I wanted to see if I can go faster, and I was on hills and stuff like that. So I just was testing a lot out. I think my second day, and at the end I ran like a 7-minute mile pace or something like that, close to that. Somewhere around, I have to look. I'll drop it in there, or drop it in here. But yeah, so this third day wasn't like that. It was more of a chill day, like I said. And again, I think that's where it excelled at. I ain't gonna lie, like that was like probably the best day. It was no discomfort at any point. And even when I was feeling like, all right, like I'm a little tired, of course, I think this has more to do with me getting more experience with running. But getting more experience with running. But when I was speeding up or something like that, I knew if I needed to slow down or something like that. But I was able to range between both. Like if I did speed up, it wasn't like the worst thing. Like I was able to go for a while. It was times I end up hitting like a 7-minute, 8-minute like speed, and then I was like, all right, I need to slow it down. And I would end up hitting like a 10 or something, or 11, and it was cool. Like through all those ranges, honestly. Like I said, I have no complaints about this shoe at all. Cushioning is great. There's no discomfort. I did see on that run though, I almost forgot. On that run, I had made like a sharper turn, and I didn't twist my ankle, but I was close to twisting my ankle. So with these shoes, I would definitely say that you have to be aware of your turns a little bit more. Like you can't, I think I was hopping over a little curb or whatever, and like I kind of turned a little bit harder, but these are not the shoes made for that. And of course you should automatically see that with how thick the sole is. Yeah, I have no complaints about these shoes at all. Trying to think, I wish they had more colors. I probably will get some other shoes just because I'm a person that likes to like look good, feel good type of person. So I probably will end up getting some other shoes at some point. I want to try out the Nike Vomero Pluses. So if y'all would like to see me try those out and give my review on those next, as a new runner, continually trying to get better, you feel me? Drop a like, you feel me? Say it in the comments. Or if there's any other shoes that you want to see me try, drop it in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And we see you on the next video.
Same way I came in this world, I'ma leave by myself. Dead or alive, I'ma get my mama up in the hills. I got people that depend on me, I gotta get up when I fall.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say, but I was planning on like re-challenging myself with that mile run. Really it was supposed to be today, but yesterday was Father's Day and I was hanging out with my dad, my little brother and them, and I was running in my old shoes. This is also why it's important to get running shoes. I'm just saying this, you feel me, as a PSA, I guess that's what they call it. But this is why it's important, because I was running in them shoes and I ended up hurting my hip. It was the same hip that I was feeling issues with that I was describing earlier. So I don't know if it came from that or if it came from like a lack of stretching before. But yeah, it's really important to get running shoes because now I can't probably run for the next week or two. I'm having to let this like heal a little bit. It's not the worst. Yesterday was hurting pretty bad. But yeah, if you're gonna run, most important thing it seems like so far is to get real running shoes, man.
Remember when she needed me, now she don't even hit my phone. Step my rackets to the ceiling, shawty saying I'm getting dope. This a big body, hit me driving pissing, so she was going first, now like she under mistletoe.